breaking news overnight. The historic Mount Zion AME Church in South Carolina up in flames. The latest in a series of prominent black churches to burn over the last several days. The big question now is why. And ABC's Steve Osunsami is on the scene in Greeleyville, South Carolina. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, George. We drove through the night to get here, and when we arrived, you could still smell the fumes. Investigators are in the building searching for clues. The fire department is here. They're taking a good look at the roof to see what happened. This morning, federal investigators are here in rural South Carolina trying to determine if what burned this historic black church was an act of man or an act of God. By 8:30 last night, the Mount Zion AME Church in Greeleyville was already in flames, and giant clouds of smoke were filling the night sky. The flames shooting from the building's roof were so intense, they needed 50 firefighters to fight them. It took more than 2 hours to quiet the fire. No one was injured. Authorities haven't said what started the flames, but they're not ruling out lightning from thunderstorms that started rolling through around 6 o'clock last night. But why are black churches burning? This is now the 7th to go down in fire since the deadly shooting at Charleston's Emmanuel AME Church 2 weeks ago, about 60 miles away.
The Baptist Church on Briar Creek Road right before Central, it's on fire.
The FBI is now investigating fires at black churches dear to black families across 5 southern states, including this one in North Carolina that burned last week.
Just seeing the flames just up in the air, that had me terrified.
Charlotte authorities say that fire was no accident, saying this is clearly arson. For Mount Zion, many worry this morning that history is repeating itself. It was 20 years ago when 2 Ku Klux Klan members burned the church to the ground. President Clinton came here to help them celebrate after they rebuilt a year later and condemn the attacks.
I will do everything I can to prosecute those responsible for the rash of church burnings.
The families here now have to rebuild again as black churches across the country worry that they may be under attack. More federal agents are arriving this morning. Leaders from the AME Church nationwide are meeting in New Orleans today and are expected to address the church burnings. George?
We can only pray it was not arson.
That's right. And you were there in Charleston. You covered the fire in 95.
It was my first year reporting in 1995 and then Clinton coming in 96. But this is a community that has been through so much already. And there was a series of church fires back then.
Right.
And the KKK incited 2 young teenagers to burn them to the ground. They got life in prison. But so much healing taking place. And now to see this happen again is eerie. Yep.